Hello, friends. Christina Zaharia coming to you live from Toronto, Canada. Please pinch me. Today, I have the absolute honor of introducing someone who truly embodies resilience, determination, and the power of taking a leap of faith. I am talking about Neda. Neda is my new friend. She doesn't even know that, but she's a dedicated mom of twins. She's a full time working mom and a leader in this business. But beyond that, she is someone who, even in the midst of personal loss, still chooses to show up. But not just for herself, but for her community and for people like me that she didn't even know before last week. And so just 3 days ago, she had a birthday, but instead of celebrating, she was mourning the loss of her biggest pillar of strength, which is her dad. And yet, despite her heartbreak, she is here today, standing strong, proving what it truly means to lead with love and with purpose. And so, without any further ado, Neta's story is going to show you she is proof that success isn't about having the perfect circumstances, is about taking action despite them. And so let's show her some love as I bring her on and welcome her to the conversation. Neda, welcome. How are
Hi.
you today?
Thank you so much, Christina. That was so nice to hear that, and you know what you said, and it was so. It touched me really like a lot. Thank you so much for that. And you're right. I'm mourning the loss of my father. I really hope that this pain does not happen to anybody because it's a very big pain. And yes, but I'm still here. I'm still showing up for youth and for everybody who needs to hear this today.
I love that. And Neda, yeah, I heard from you. I've been in this business for quite some time and decided not to go full in, but you have. And I've been your biggest admirer from the tribunes, you know? But for people who don't know you, tell me a little bit about you.
Sure. I'm a mother. I have twins. As you can see from our messy house, I have twins who are 9 years old, one boy and one girl. And I do work as an engineer. I'm a professional engineer. I live in Toronto with my husband and my kids. And I have been in this business for 5.5 years. And I have been a coach in this amazing community for 5 years. So it's been truly a blessed journey for me.
That's awesome. And so we know that just as moms, we are always busy. So how do you manage to balance family, work, and also building your online business without feeling overwhelmed?
Yes, I think the first reason is the principle of intention. What is your intention? What is it that you want in life? You need to really ask yourself, what is it that you want to achieve from any situations. If you do have the intention, then the action is going to come, the principle of action, which is the second principle. Because for me, I really wanted to increase our income. I wanted to increase our earnings. I knew that you have a job, it doesn't mean you have it forever. You have health, it doesn't mean you have health forever. You are healthy today, heaven forbid something happens tomorrow, your health is gone, your earnings are gone, and everything is gone. And I always knew that I have to have a second source of income. Before I started this business, I remember I got my certification in personal training and fitness instructor training by a reputable organization in Canada. I had to do some courses and some tests. I passed. And then I started working, and I'm like, you know what? I'm making $15-20 an hour teaching these amazing people, in aerobics and those kind of things. But that's not enough. I come home, I'm exhausted physically, and it's not enough. $20 a day, $15 a day for something you want to look at as an extra income is still something that I appreciated, but it wasn't enough. So I was thinking maybe I should work for Starbucks in the weekends. I should find something. I can't put all my eggs in one basket.
Mhm.
And I encourage you to not rely on one source of income. Everybody should have multiple sources of income. And so that's when I came across my mentor's ad. And that time I was going to bed at 9:30 latest, because after a long day at work in the construction industry, and then dealing with kids and twins, 4 years old twins, it was really hard for me. And then But I started this business, and you know what, I have to make money. I have to, that going back to the principle of action, I have to act. I can't just start a business and not to do anything. So I started going through the training, and slowly and truly learn everything. And I started seeing success. I started making 4 figures and then 5 figures. And then I started even believing more in this amazing opportunity. So it's like life is like dots, one dot after another. Sometimes you hear something, sometimes you listen to something and you hear it and you think it's just by accident. It's kind of not really an accident. You meant to hear that. Universe has a way of giving you the signs, and if you don't listen to them, it just gives you the signs back and forth again. Because I saw my mentors at 6 months prior to that, and I didn't take action, and then it came back to me, and at that time I really really needed this, and that's when I took action. So I'm so grateful that I found this amazing opportunity, and I didn't waste my time in other businesses or other shiny objects out there, because I have a lot of people in my team now I'm coaching, who come from all different type of online businesses, and they all say they wish they started this business much sooner than anything.
I love that. I love that. And I wanted to say hello to Adriana. Again, the three ladies from Toronto on here. Thank you so much, Adriana, for watching. And I wanted to go back to what you said about the shiny object, because I am that pure example of, I started in this business almost 5 years ago, but I've started other 5 businesses at the same time. And I started and I stopped. And when I decided to go full in, that's when the results uh, showed up, right? And
Yes.
so I wanted to ask you, what was your biggest challenge when you first started, and how did you overcome it?
Yes, my biggest challenge is that this is a business. Of course, it requires investment, and I didn't have any money to start from the beginning. So I didn't know I need to invest. I didn't. I thought that I just will pay the $149 and that will make me rich. And then it wasn't until I came to the Facebook group that I realized, okay, this is a business. Of course, in order to make money, you need to invest money. And then I looked at the investment and what that investment is going to be used for. And then I'm like, okay, this is a good type of investment because it all goes back to me and my family. And then, you know what, I'm like, you know what, now, even though I don't have the money, I don't have the funds, I have to come up with the money, I have to come up with the funds, because I have belief in the system. So that was my first and biggest challenge, to come up with the initial investment for this business opportunity. And the second one was, okay, everybody thinks it's a pyramid scheme. All my friends told me, you know what, oh, don't get into these kind of things, it's a pyramid. And then I'm like, no, it's not, because look at the compensation plan. It's completely legal. It's not a pyramid scheme. And if it was, we wouldn't be getting tax documents. We wouldn't be like in this business. There were so many people, doctors, lawyers, bank managers, in this amazing opportunity. How could this be a pyramid? But they never spend time to watch the 90 minutes webinar. They didn't spend any time. They just, we're assuming that this is a pyramid. So I had to fight with a lot of people for the first 7-8 months in the business. And then the checks were coming and coming and coming, and still they were not believing it, until finally I got my T4A. And that's when they looked at my tax documents and are like, this is an official document. This can't be scam. This can be fraud. This is real. And that's when they started. All of them started joining, almost 99% of them. So you will have a lot of resistance when you say to people you want to start an online business. So you just be prepared for that. Just prove them wrong, because our business is completely legitimate.
Exactly. I love that. And, you just speak the truth. And you know what? Sometimes it's good to have people who are skeptical. And I feel I use that as a fuel to just like, here, I
Yes.
told you so, right?
Yes.
So I wanted to say hello, Joanna, for watching us from the UK. How fantastic is that? Thank you so much for watching us from the UK. And so, Neda, I have another question for you. What advice would you give to other moms who are skeptical? Who are probably going home and have to convince their partner, their family, that this is a legit business, and or hesitant. And so how can they start because of time constraints?
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, my mom raised us the way that we had to be independent. So I wasn't financially dependent on my husband. I have never been financially dependent on anyone. And if you're a woman watching this, you have to learn that you need to be financially independent. If you're healthy, you can work. And if you work, you can come up with the money yourself. You don't need somebody else to make decisions for you if they are the ones who are the sole providers. Sometimes there is a mutual agreement between a woman and a man to, for some one of them to stay at home to look after the kids and the other one to work. Well, that's a different situation. But for me, it was always very important for me to work and to be independent financially. But when I came to this business opportunity, I showed all the videos to my husband. I wanted to know what he has to say. And he's very detail oriented. He went through everything. He went through all the videos, pre-coaching videos, the webinars, and then he went and to the Google and checked everything, made sure everything is legit. And he told me this is completely legit. But it's still, I knew that I have his support. I came up with the money myself. I just borrowed the whole thing from my line of credit, the whole thing. And I didn't want to bring the family's money into the business. I said, you know what if I made a mistake? What if I never be successful? And I don't want to spend the family's money on this, opportunity. Now that I'm making money, it goes back to my husband, to my kids, and everybody. But at the time, I took the responsibility on my shoulder myself. So if you really believe and genuinely believe that your this business is legitimate, and you need your husband's support, and there's no way for you to do it, then this is what I would do. I would just try to convince them, and if not, I would just ask them to give me the money and give me a couple of months to prove them wrong. And we have thousands of those people. You know that you watch the millionaires masterminds. How many people come on the masterminds on a weekly basis saying, our husband was skeptical, now he's in the business himself. My wife was skeptical, now she's in the business herself. So they need to see that you're doing the training, the money is coming in, and then they will start believing it. So that's my advice.
Ooh,
Definitely check it out.
I love that. And I wanted to say hello to Rodika watching us from the US. Yeah, we already have 4 countries. How cool is that? And I wanted to go back to what you said. One of those businesses that I started was in the financial industry. And my experience was that women were so dependent of men. And when, God forbid, they were no longer a couple, the woman was lost, because she depended so much on the husband or on the partner for all her financial needs. And I think that this is the time, this is an awareness to step it out. That doesn't mean that, you just have to ditch your husband, or like you said, not going in and presenting the opportunity to your husband so that you know that you're on the same page, or not, if he's skeptical, but still taking ownership of how is your financial future going to look like. You need to be hands-on and decide and go for it.
Yes.
So I absolutely love that. Thank you. And so my question for you is, because I want to be mindful of your time, you have twins, you're a mom, you're on the go, so this, I promise, is going to be my last question. I am a working mom and I love my job. Do I have to quit my job to make
Not
this
at all.
work, or can I do it alongside my career?
I have actually done it along my job. A lot of people accuse me of saying, so you must be not making any money, this is why you kept your job. That's absolutely not the case. You can have a job that you love it, a team, a manager, a company that you like, and then you can still have this job. It's going to be harder in the first, I would say, 3 to 6 months, because you are doing a lot of hours in the training and everything. But then after that, it's kind of like the system is working for you. Once you set up everything, the system is working for you. So you don't need to spend as much time. This is why I'm still working, and I'm a living proof that you can still have your job and have this business and enjoy both.
I love that. Thank you so much,
No
Neda.
problem.
Again, you have no idea how much
Thank
this means.
you.
Thank you so much for taking the time,
Thank
and
you.
looking forward to talk soon, and maybe sometimes meet in a real person.
Yes, absolutely. And it was so nice to be invited by you. And thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who has been watching, and have a beautiful weekend, everybody.
Thank you. So I hope you got to be inspired by this super amazing person. She is, she wears her heart on her sleeve. She is, if you didn't get that feeling just watching this interview, I invite you to watch the replay so that you get to feel her heart, the heart of a true leader, a servant leader, someone who gives her knowledge to people around her, because she wants everyone to succeed, and I want that for you as well. So I want to remind you, do something nice for someone today, like my friend and chiropractor Dr. Sean Demers told his son every single day. And remember that in a world where people choose to hate each other for no reason, I choose to love for no reason, like Jessie Lee Ward would say. I appreciate you, and I will see you at the next live. Bye, friends.